Hi, this is Dee at Aloha Astro. Let's take a look at the forecast for today with the moon transiting Libra to Scorpio. Monday, November 17th is brimming with possibilities and potential opportunities for you to consider and compare. And it feels like the fates and destiny are poised to interact with you and work on your behalf when you make a life-altering decision, as the moon shifts from the cardinal air sign of Libra to the fixed water sign of Scorpio this afternoon, engaging in a grand cross with Chiron retrograde in Aries, Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, and Pluto in Aquarius, and a Yod aspect pattern with Uranus retrograde in Taurus and Saturn conjunct Neptune, both retrograde in Pisces. A Thor's hammer of Mercury retrograde in Sagittarius, about to re-enter Scorpio, conjunct Mars in Sagittarius, Chiron in Aries, and Jupiter in Cancer, and a sesqui-square aspect between Venus in Scorpio and Saturn and Neptune in Pisces will be reminding you of soul contracts on an intuitive and instinctual level. Pay attention to the push or pull feelings you have toward other people, places, interests, or things. Are you feeling a magnetic pull or a resistance? Ask yourself why, and watch for the answer to be seen, heard, and felt, internally or externally. Expect that your expanded awareness will illuminate your denial or blind spot, particularly the denial of your soul's truth, worth, and destiny. You cannot escape the inevitability of your life lessons, but you do have control over your thoughts and feelings, which influence the manner in which you navigate those lessons and co-create the map of your future with higher help. Very dynamic sky as we've been having for a while. We still have a grand trine going on with the Sun, Mercury, Mars, Saturn, Neptune, and Jupiter. And that tops off into two distinct kites, Uranus at the cap of one and Pluto at the other. So we have change and transformation on the table, and we will be for a while, because this one minor grand trine is not going anywhere fast. Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus are pretty much going to be keeping step with each other for a while. They're slow movers, and we fortunately have the opportunity with that energy pattern to be making use of going to a higher level. Right now, there's a lot of going back over stuff. It's the crossing your T's and dotting your I's time period right now, but it can also be a time to either resurrect old plans or look at changing the direction, the path completely. That would be up to you. But the feeling of a crossroads is here right now, because the grand cross that the moon is forming today with Pluto, Jupiter, and Chiron is coming into clearer focus due to the yod, the green dotted lines that you see here. That is going to push a little bit toward, like, who am I? What's my true worth and value? Because of Uranus having retrograded back into Taurus, it takes the uniqueness, individuality, future and freedom energy of Uranus and brings it back to out of that mental realm of Gemini, much more abstract there in Gemini, into the reality and materially based, pleasure principled, security minded sign of Taurus. Values, worth, money. That's where the yod today with the moon is having you make those comparisons. Libra is a comparing sign. It's cardinal, boss-like. However, it's looking at this or that. And then as the moon moves over into Scorpio, which wants to have clearly defined boundaries and choose between this or that, and make your mind up one way or the other, the pressure is on particularly because Mercury in its retrograde today is going to slide out of multiple options Sagittarius and move back into Scorpio, where we get back to that, this or that, which should I choose? And then we have the opposition going on with those three planets of the Sun, Mercury, and Mars to Uranus. There's a change, there's a restlessness in the air. Also, this is where you're waking up. You're waking up to things that were hidden from you. You're waking up to your other avenues of potential expression, things to explore and learn, places to go, new people to meet. It's an awakening time. And a lot of the awakening would be to things that you just did not see. It was all right there. It was there. It was with you, in front of you, or inside of you. And now, whether it's other people or circumstances pushing you, that is going to wake that up so that you see what your true potential is. Well, it can look like a mix of a good news, bad news story in your life right now. And there may be some release and letting go, but I would say, like, it's high time. It's about time. That's all focused there with Saturn and Neptune joined in Pisces. Now, no challenge coming from that conjunction. That's supporting the cluster of the Sun, Mercury, and Mars. It's supporting the Moon in that yod, and it's supporting this minor grand trine, the top of this kite, supporting Jupiter, Uranus, change and growth for the better. And whatever it is that you let go of, I think you'll be relieved and you'll feel like, well, it's time. It's time that I let go of whatever. Could be material things, it could be relationships, jobs. It simply could be patterns that you've held on to, beliefs that you've held on to that don't serve you anymore, where you realize you've just been thinking incorrectly. You've not been actually awake. So there may be a waking up. We do have that feeling of, yeah, but then we all die, especially as the moon moves into sobering Scorpio, which rules the eighth house and is a Pluto ruled sign. And that eighth house can be associated with death. So we have those Plutonic, Scorpionic vibes going on today too, especially as we get on to the evening and the feeling that life, maybe it's infinite, but it seems like it's very finite as we are in it and living it, and we see time go by so very quickly. So the value, the quality of your time, the quality of your relationships, the quality of your experience of life. Are you happy with all of that? What can you do to make that better? Are you ignoring and suppressing your truth? Are you not doing what you really want to do? Are you where you want to be? Is this the person of your dreams, or are you just settling for certain things in your life? Some interesting questions and contemplations. And yes, eventually, the end of the game, we all die. It's what you do with the time between when you're born and when you die that creates the story and your experience. And now you have a day to contemplate that and to potentially do something about it if you find that you are lacking in any particular area of life and you would like a change in it. So that's it for today. Take care, stay safe, and I'll be back again tomorrow.